Alright you guys, so I may or may not be back on my conspiracy theorist BS, but today I just have to talk about this because I need to get it out. Cancer research is a sham, it is a fraud, they are lying to you, and today I'm going to explain why in this video. Okay, so a quick guest appearance from Augie. Say hi Augie. So, as everybody knows by now, or if you don't, you should, probably, they've been doing cancer research for ever. Like, this has been a really long and ongoing thing, but as you guys can tell, I just say cancer research because there's no cancer cure, if you know what I mean. And honestly, despite it being one of the most highly researched things, there just don't seem to be any advancements in it, and I just think that's very interesting. And I'm gonna relate how this is kind of similar to the COVID research that happened when we didn't have a cure, but I'll get into that later in the video. But basically, I just think it's very interesting that we're dumping billions of dollars into cancer research and we just don't have any sort of advancements over the last few years, because if you think about it, they used to make really good progress. They were always trying to improve, come up with that cure, and then it just stopped out of nowhere. It just like halted, and they kept saying the same things. So I'm gonna explain to you guys why I think that is and what's really going on here, what's really happening. So before I get into the nit and grit and the meat of this video, please take everything that I'm about to say with a grain of salt. Overall, I'm being playful and facetious, so just please, like, there definitely is some truth to this, and do I believe it to an extent? Most definitely, absolutely, but I'm not really like on my conspiracy theorist BS. That's a lot to say right there. That is a lot to say. So, like I mentioned a few seconds ago, there's a lot of money that gets dumped into cancer, but like everybody knows, there's money in the research, not the cure, which would make sense why all these pharmaceutical companies are not putting out a cure, because they're getting millions and billions of dollars to research this topic. But the second that they find a cure, they're cutting their profit margins at least in half, and they're making significantly less money because once you have a cure, everybody else can start making it, you're gonna have more competition, but at the same time, you're losing out on the money that's funding, because if you're getting all this money to research and fund cancer, but you're not using it for that, then you're really just taking home a fat little check at the end of each week, as opposed to, you know, if you just researched. And yeah, I mean, it's really like crappy thing for people to do, but at the same time, capitalism makes our world go round, at least in America. And for that very reason, it makes sense that pharmaceutical companies are just like, let's withhold it, because they're getting money regardless. And as long as they don't have a definite cure that's helping people, people are still giving them money to get closer to it. I keep doing these air quotes because this just all feels like a sham to me. Because let's talk about COVID, for example. Not to get into politics, Donald Trump had COVID before the cure was out. He was down bad, like I'm talking on all floors being dog walked bad. But I think it's very interesting that they magically had some special medication that they were able to give him that basically sped up his recovery and cured it, because as you guys know, COVID was one of those things where there was nothing you could do. You kind of just had to tough it out, you had to suffer, and then at the end of it, you just hope that you were okay. It's like, hey, I survived COVID. That's exciting. But for this, it was one of those, oh, we're gonna get you better soon. I just think it's interesting that this exclusive medication was only given to the elites, the really high up people, but not the general public, because truthfully, if they really wanted to, they could have released it, they could have made it in larger batches, but this all comes down to money. Because as long as they didn't call it a cure, we were still funding that COVID research, we were still trying to find out how to get ahead of this thing. And I feel like that same thing is also going on with cancer. So call me crazy. Excuse me if I'm sounding ridiculous.
To say it, I hope I don't sound ridiculous.
But, I mean, I am a firm believer that this is all a sham. But long story short, Donald Trump got some mystery medication that helped COVID. I think the same thing's applying with cancer, because I just think it's very interesting. Of course, there are some like higher up figures and celebrities that have gotten cancer, but there are really not a lot of them, and whenever they do you ever notice how it just stops being an issue someday? Like, after a while, it's just magically gone, they don't talk about it anymore. I'm not trying to say it, but are you picking up what I'm putting down? I hope you are. I hope you are. And another interesting thing that I was kind of thinking about, and this one is like really far-fetched and out there, so I genuinely don't believe this one fully, but I think we need to get Marty and Wendy Bird up in here, because really, if somebody wanted to, not that I'm advocating for this, not that I'm trying to give anybody ideas, you could really easily money launder through cancer research. Because of how much money goes through cancer research, somebody could easily money launder millions, like, and honestly, if Ozark tries to take this for their little season 3, season 4 plot line, I'm gonna be mad, because look, I came up with this, I'm gonna need creative rights to the fact that you guys are gonna try to money launder through cancer research now. I'm the one that wrote that script. I'm the one. But yeah, long story short, I just feel like that cancer research is out there, just not for us. I guess we're missing the fine print where it says, we have it, but not for you. It's basically like, oh, I'm not ready to date yet. But then you missed the, I'm not ready to date you. So, you know, It's all to interpretation, really. That is all I'm getting at with that part. Oh, we have another visitor. It's Nico. Oh my, Nico. The chaos. The chaos. So another reason that I feel like this is all a sham, population control. And I know that sounds really crappy. I know it sounds bad, but if you think about it, we're a very overpopulated world. And so it would kind of make sense if they said, hey, let's let a couple of people take this one and we're gonna have to take L and keep it moving because we don't have enough room for people. And that's another reason why I feel like they just haven't made a cure for it, because like I said, we have so many people already and they don't even know what to do. We're already running out of resources. So I really do feel like, especially like the government would just be like, hey, I mean, if this helps us keep things down, let's do it. Because honestly, to an extent, I felt like COVID was kind of some population control. The craziest thing is whenever it comes to stuff like this, you can't really question it because who's gonna say cancer research is fake? Oh my gosh, why did I say research like that? I don't know. But it's like, who's really gonna question it? You really can't, because you think it's for the greater good. So it's not something you can just really say, oh, I'm not believing it, because it doesn't really matter if you believe it or not, honestly. And if you guys are really wondering why I'm running with this theory so hard right now, there have just been too many accounts of the elites in society that they come down with cancer, they come down with some like uncured disease, and miraculously, they're just like, it's fine, it's gone, it's cured. And so I just think that that can't be a coincidence, or maybe it is, maybe they do just get better because, you know, cancer, you change your lifestyle a good bit and you can fix that up. And what really gets me though is that there have been so many research things that were published and they all show that, yeah, we have stuff that can decrease cancer by tenfold, like we can get you down to 90-95% free, clean of it, but none of that stuff ever makes it to us. But honestly, at the end of the day, you guys, don't call me Walt Disney, because I don't think these magical cures are all that magical after all. And I really do just think it comes down to population control and saving the people that everybody knows, because you know, you don't want them to die off, because that's gonna take people off. Because I can guarantee you, if the Queen of England got cancer, she'd be cured within 48 hours. I am telling you, they would get that thing out of the vault for her. And so that's all I'm saying. It's not that they hate us, it's just, we'll probably run out of resources by like, what, 2050? So yeah, honestly, they're doing what they think they have to do. And maybe I'm wrong, but like I said, I don't think this is all that magical after all. And so that's really what I was trying to like get at with this video. So yeah, and I'm really interested to see what you guys think. If you guys kind of agree or have different theories, whether it's related to this or not, please go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and comment them down below. Like, please introduce me to conspiracy theories because I love them. I eat it up, I don't know why. I'm just like, what if? Because we all know that the government is shiesty and that they really don't want to tell us a lot of stuff. I still don't know it's in Area 51 and everybody dropped the ball because they did not rate it like they were supposed to. So that's this video. It was very casual, it was very chaotic. We had lots of guest appearances, lots of everything. So yeah, you guys, just an average day in my life. But thank you guys so much. And hey, stay beautiful, stay safe, and depending on where you are, stay warm because it is really cold in America right now. At least in Georgia. Okay, I'm talking too much. Bye.